stamping friends, it's Marilyn here with another video for you on making a sweet strawberry card. You can see it in my screen here. I am going to show you the steps I took to make that, as it's part of your bundle package that you have purchased from me. So hold it up a little bit closer. You can see I've used the right name painted texture embossing folder at the back. I want to thank Alyssa Tilsner for sharing her design. She had a brick background and I don't have that one, so just improvised. Cut a couple circles from the ombre paper, and that is something that's available in Celebration right at the moment, so quite popular. And then did the strawberries and just a little hello with a little bit of a bow. So not very difficult, but it does have a few steps, so I will walk you through them. So I have my paper that's 8.5 by 5.5, scored if you like, or just folded. So that's my card base. I am going to put this on with dimensionals, and I am going to stamp my strawberries and my leaves and use the punch. So I used the Magenta Madness ink as well, and I'm going to stamp off for the background of the strawberry. And so by stamping off, I mean, let me see if I can get this in the picture for you. Stamp the ink, stamp off on a piece of scrap paper, and then stamp where I want it. So it gives it just one shade lighter. And I need 2 of them for my card. Then I'm going to use full strength for the second layer of the strawberry, and hopefully get it lined up. This particular set and the matching one that's in the Celebration, which is called Berry Blessings, they're stamps. We've had lots of 2-step stamps before, but these really do match up well, as long as you can see them straight. So that I do have my greeting already done. So it was done in the same color of ink. And on the inside of mine, I'm just going to put another leaf. So I'm done with the magenta ink. I am going to use Granny Apple Green ink because that matches the paper that I cut the circles out of. So for that one as well, I'm going to stamp off the solid image. And you can stamp off once, twice, 3 times sometimes, depending on the ink, and it will give you a totally different look. Now, let me see if I can, oh, not too bad. And once they're punched out, they'll look a little better anyway. So the punch comes with 4 different, oh, you know what, before I go there, let me just do this one, and then I'm done with the ink and I can close it up, because chances are pretty good that I would stick my fingers or a piece of cardstock where it shouldn't be in the ink. Now that is a little bit off, but it just proves that I'm human. So the stamp, or the punch, comes with 4 different pieces. It's got the strawberry, this leaf for the stem, this leaf for design behind, and then the other flower, which are all part of your set here. So these flowers are 2-step as well. And if you've stamped them far enough apart, you can just line up your paper And it does, I'm going to get this punched out and this, so it will be kind of messy. So I'm going to move that just to not have it in my work area here. And you can see, but it's a great way to use little strips of paper like this. I have a drawer full of them that I go back to quite often for this kind of thing. So this little guy, I'm going to punch again. And even though I didn't get my layers matched up quite exact, they look not too bad there. And then for the strawberry, same idea. As long as my images are far enough apart, I can just do this with it. And if I can't hang on to the paper when I'm doing that, you can use a piece of Post-it note as an extra handle kind of thing on it. I'll show you that in just a minute. So if you had a paper that you wanted, you could just do this and then hang on to this to get it threaded into your punch. Okay, so just a tidbit there for you. So I have all those pieces. The dies that I cut these with, these are cut with the stitch shapes. This is cut with Stitch So Sweetly. So I'm just about ready to put it all together. And the twine I used is from this package, which is the Snail Mail combo pack. And probably don't need quite that much, but I will tie a bow and then trim the ends. And this twine is seems a little bit different than the twine we had before, and it does fray quite easily, so that's good if you want that kind of effect. So my ends will be about like that. And now I have all my pieces. We can go ahead and put everything together. So I will, first of all, put this on with dimensionals. And when I have what I call a full second layer like this, I do like to put 5 of them, just so the middle stays up as well. And, whoops, see if you can see what I'm doing there. Just line it up on the front. I'm going to take these and I'm going to use liquid glue to attach my stems. And that is just a matter of preference. Used to pick strawberries with my grandma, and always had to pick these off, of course, and she would just take them, and you know how you can, and you still can with some of the bigger ones, hold it like this and bite here. But anyway, reminds me of my grandma. I put this on the inside, and I do just use my liquid glue. Usually use it because I like being able to move it just a little bit if it's not quite lined up the way I like it. The card is not staying closed, so I will put it on my foam pad and do that with it. I did use liquid glue to put this one on, the bigger one. And as you can see, because it's the ombre colors, it's not necessarily the same. And just to give it a little bit of variety, I kind of curved the edges on that one and used dimensionals Just a couple of them on this because I wanted the edges to be up like that. I'll just try to center that. Then these as well were put on with dimensionals, and for that I used our mini dimensionals and placed 3 of them on each one. And just attach them. There's no right or wrong with where you put them, just wherever you want them. If you like the way I did them, fine, and if you want to place them somewhere else. There is no right or wrong when it comes to crafting and putting things together like this. This one I was going to, Alyssa on hers had it up here, but to me that left a lot of space here for dimensionals. So I just put, looks like I'm totally out of the camera, sorry. I'll show you in a minute. I have 2 dimensionals on the back of there. And I'm just going to tuck it there. The bow will definitely be with a glue dot, and I like to take those for this kind of thing and just roll them into a real narrow glue. And then that will stick under my bow, hold the bow tied, as well as hold it to the card. So basically, that's your card. Easy, easy. A little bit of stamping to do to begin with, and then putting it all together. And if you have any questions, let me know.